Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Penalty Loop Podcast, a podcast about biathlon by Jordan Gottschalk from Penalty Loop and a regular guest, RJ Weiss from Biathlon Analytics.
Good afternoon,
Jordan,
RJ. How are you doing?
How are you doing? I'm doing very well.
We are so excited. We're just talking all over each other right now because we actually we just wrapped up an interview with Anna Gandler, and it was fantastic. So we had a great time. There's a special guest appearance at the very end of it.
Which
so
people
make
may
sure you
guess from our previous interview with Anna.
Stay tuned all the way to the very end, but special guest appearance. So this has happened to us a couple times where we're interviewing one person and another athlete it appears in the background. So I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's just fun seeing how interconnected everybody is.
Totally.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that we obviously we talked about her racing in the World Championships and everything, but had a bit of a chat about biathlon rifle stocks.
Yes.
And I don't know, just a mix of things, food, Austrian food. Talked a bit about taxes in Austria, like lots of different things, how to manage social media, etc. So I had an amazing hour chatting with her, and she's like just full of energy. So
she is. I think that we could sit down and be like, hey, we're actually going to talk about zoo animals today. And she'd be like, that's interesting, I guess. So let's have the conversation. Yeah.
I hope that everybody will enjoy it. As you probably enjoyed the first time we interviewed her. And
I know.
Was there anything else you wanted to mention?
I know people enjoyed it because it is still the second or third most downloaded episode that we've ever done. So I know you're going to enjoy this one because this is just good, as good, if not better. So no, I think that's it. Yep. Enjoy it, everybody.
Yep. Have a good one.
So as you all just heard in our intro, we are really excited to be joined today by Anna Gandler, who has come back. So we didn't scare her off last year when we talked with her. So she is joining us again just 2-3 days after finishing up the World Championships in Nove Mesto. So welcome back. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. It's nice to be here again.
So I have a question right at the bat. I know in usually the end of the season, Oslo, there's a huge party. Is there something similar after the World Championships? Or does everybody just want to go home? And
I hope so. I don't know if the Canadian people like to party, but I think so. Yes, there will be a party, and I think it will be a nice one because nobody will leave right after the races.
Right.
So I think we stay all together, do some party like all the year. Will be nice.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people that combine it with vacation right after.
I think there are some, but I also thought about it, but it's not so easy with the rifles and everything. So we decided to go home, and it's also because we have to train a little bit after the season.
Right. Yeah.
So it was a little bit difficult to plan everything. So we said, no, we go home. Yeah.
Right. But sorry, I maybe wasn't clear with the question. What I meant was, so after World Championship, is there also like an end of World Championship party kind of thing, or did everybody just?
Yes, no, not really, because Nove Mesto, everybody was leaving after the races, and we have to think about the upcoming races too. So it would not be good to getting sick or something. I saw some people, I think the French guys, they did a little party, but me not.
They did have a lot to celebrate.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, and so did you. I guess we can jump right into it. But so I just want to say that we actually put in the request with the Austrian Federation before your first race. So this wasn't just because you were amazing at World Championships. It was we were really excited to talk to you, but you were fantastic. Did you know going into Worlds that you were about to just have this great week of racing?
Actually, no, not at all, because before the races, in especially Antholz, it was really bad. I was really in bad shape. I have difficulties with the altitude. In Ruppolding, I had a bad shape in shooting. Oberhof, I was coming from a sickness, so it was really 3 races there, which were awful. So we had the preparation then in Obertiljach for 1 week. Mm-hmm. So I said myself, okay, Anna, you relax now, you make a good training, and then you will see how it is going in Nove Mesto. And finally, I got my shape back, and I'm really happy about the results, because, sometimes when it's not working, you really think about, is it something for me? Should I continue? Is it getting better? Should I rest here and train for the next season? And but then luckily it was pretty good in Nove Mesto. Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah. Putting it mildly. So 11th place in the sprint, 12th in the pursuit, 19th in the individual. You were 7th in the mass start, which tied your career best. You had some pretty good relay legs in there as well. I think in the women's relay, you had the fastest leg for the leg you were in. So I would say that was pretty darn good.
Yeah, it was. But I have to say, I really, really like Nove Mesto. If you saw my results before, I had pretty good races there, like always. Instead of last year, because last year I had some problems with the rifles. And but yeah,
is that because of the crowd and the atmosphere, or does the track suit you really well? Or
I really like the track. Normally it's it's the fastest one. So the sprint normally it's like 19 minutes. This year it was a little bit different because the snow was so slow. But no, I think the people, because I always raced them when there were no people, because the last time I think it was the EU Cup, there was COVID. And before it was just a junior cup, so there are not that much people.
Sure.
And but it was really incredible. So the people there, they were so fair, and they also cheered for the Austrian. It was crazy, because I thought, okay, they will just cheer for the Czech people, and finally they were like really, really fair, and it was really nice to run there.
Yeah, we were talking about it in a previous episode, that even, in the individual, the last couple of athletes that were still by themselves on the track, they were still cheering them on. And it seemed like most people weren't leaving. They were just staying there until the last one was across the line. So
yeah, that's really nice. It's amazing. They're big fans of biathlon. I've never seen, I think there were 40,000 people like that.
Wow.
And the mustard, it was sold out. So I think it was even more. That's crazy, yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. That's great though, right? I mean, and I will say, being way over here and just watching on TV, like you can feel the excitement and the energy, coming through the TV, because everyone is just going wild, and I don't know, it seems like every other person is waving a giant flag. So there's just a lot of like energy and colors and excitement. So
yeah, that's right. But I saw the mustard together with my dad when we were going home. And then because my dad was watching too, and then we said that you can't see it in the television how many people and how loud it is. So it's like a little bit, but you can't imagine. You really have to go there once. It's so loud. You can't. I did give an interview for the Austrian television. I couldn't even hear myself speaking. So it was incredible.
So is this your favorite crowd on of all the biathlon stops?
I think last year Le Grand Bono, it was even louder and even more people. I think so that this was really amazing. I think, I'm not sure it's because it was my second World Cup there, so maybe it was because of that it was impressing. But it was also the French people. They are totally crazy. It's also so many people, and everybody is shouting, and it's crazy too. So maybe Nove Mesto and Le Grand Bono, the two.
Hochfilzen gets pretty busy too, right?
Yeah, it's getting
but just
more
at a different scale.
It's different, and there are a lot of German fans too. So the Germans are also really loud. So there are more Germans than Austrians, but it was nice too. Yeah, it's always special for Filzen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of good races, you also raced really well in Hochfilzen as well. So sort of rose to the occasion.
Yeah, it was nice there too. I shot good. It was I was lucky. But it was good to have a good shooting again, because in Östersund before it was horrible. I had a good running shape, but shooting was not working at all. And I don't know why. Maybe because I made a new rifle in summer, so I had some difficulties. And I'm happy that I learned to shoot again in Hochfilzen.
Yeah.
Well, and talk about consistency. I don't know. I didn't check with others, but I mean, 90, 90, 90, 90.9, and 90. That's pretty darn consistent.
Yeah. No, it was really good there.
So since you brought up your rifle, I was going to ask you later, but we might as well chat a bit about that. So an athlete like you, when you need a rifle, I'm assuming you're not just going to Anschutz or a standard sports store and buy a rifle. How does that? Can you tell a bit how that works?
So like we have there's different kind of ways how you can do a rifle. And so we in Germany and Austria, we have a guy who is doing it for us, and it's really crazy how he's doing. You can't even imagine. He has just the wood in front of him, and then you go to him and you say, I want like this, like this, like this. So like the hand should be like that form, and I want that it's nearer to me. I want that it's farther away from me. So it's like really individual how you do it. And then he's working on it. So he needs 3 days for the rifle. And you always go there, and then you say, okay, no, here you have to put away something again, and here too, and finally after 3 days, so it's really just a piece of wood, and after 3 days you have a rifle in front of you. So for me it's always fascinating to go there, because I ask him if he has how do you say something, if he's painting it before, or how he's doing, the Schablone, I don't know what's the English word.
A mold or kind of a
if he has
outline,
something like this, because, and then he said, no, I have everything in my head. So it's really crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. And
I think there's only a couple of those specialists, right? I think there's one in Italy.
Yeah,
and I knew there was
maybe
one in Germany and maybe North.
One in Germany, yeah. And in France, they have 2 or 3. And the others, I don't know how I think the Norwegian also have 1 or 2, maybe. Yeah.
And do you like look into or work with 3D printing and that kind of thing for any part of your rifle, or?
We not, so we only have wood. And I heard about it in France. They do it. So I'm not sure if there's somebody who has a rifle of a 3D printer. I'm not sure, but they have some parts. I think of the rifle. So just not the whole rifle, but some parts. Yeah.
I think I saw Emilien Jacquelin with one of the companies in France.
Could be. Yeah.
And so, do you always, when you're zeroing or just training in a stadium like Nove Mesto, do you kind of look around at other athletes and see if they have anything fancy or new on their rifles, or?
Not really. Maybe sometimes you see, oh, that's a nice color. Maybe it would be nice to change it too. But not really. No. Sometimes I look at the Norwegians, because they always have some fancy stuff on their rifles.
Yeah.
You think, okay, maybe I have to try it too. But the best is to stay with your rifle, to get used to your rifle, because if you change all the time, then like I did this summer, you have always some problems afterwards. And then it takes some time again until you shoot good again. And that's not always so good. So especially in winter, I just let it like it is. I don't change a lot, just a little bit, because there are some shooting ranges which are a bit higher or lower. So I have to change here at the shoulder. The thing which you see always is getting over the shoulder. You have to change this sometimes.
Right.
But the rest I let it.
What do you call that in German?
Schulterstück. It's a little bit different.
Shoulder piece?
Shoulder piece, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they call it butt end here, but...
Butt end, could be.
Yeah. No, and then so when you got your new stock, was the other one showing cracks or?
No, the first one I did when I was, I think, 16 years old, maybe.
Oh, okay.
And it was a little bit too small. So I decided I was really shooting not good. And it was always falling like in front, like a little bit like this. And it was, it didn't fit anymore. Yeah.
Okay. And then do you still have it?
I still have it. I'm not sure what I'm doing with it. So I kept it as a reserve. If something happened to the other one, or if I want to change again because I didn't feel comfortable, but this didn't happen, so it's still here, and maybe I will give it to someone in the future. We will see.
Right. Last question, because I can talk about this for hours, but would you be willing to tell me how much you pay for a stock, like a custom stock like that?
So this one, but it's just the wood, so there's no system or anything. It was about 3,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a cheap sport, that's for sure. But
no, not at all.
If you consider that it's a custom made wood piece, it's just a piece of art, really.
It's because maybe there will be some which are cheaper. But this guy, he really knows what he's doing, and if it fits to you, so it's not like something you buy in a store. It really fits you, and so it's worth to give the money, because then
of course,
you have a good feeling also when you're shooting.
Yeah, and it's
your
job.
Just for reference, right? for the listeners here in Canada, at least, if you buy just a new standard Anschutz biathlon rifle, you're talking about $5,000. So, it's big money. But the nice thing with stocks too, they should last, maybe not a lifetime, but they should last pretty long, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So when you get the new rifle and you take it home and you start practicing with it, how long until you start to feel comfortable?
I thought so I got it, and I thought immediately, okay, this is it. It feels much better. But after some time, you see, okay, you're getting more and more problems, but you don't really know what it is. So it's because I don't know all the things I'm doing, all the movements. It's already really in my head. So I also know how the rifle is feeling in my hand, and suddenly all is a little bit different. So I'm not sure if it's in the brain. I don't know what it is exactly, but suddenly you have. I talked with a lot of athletes about it, because a lot of athletes made some new rifles this season, and they all said to me that they had like 3 months where they had their terrible shooting, and I can't really explain why. Maybe it's really the change for the brain, or because I felt not bad, but especially in the lying position, it was horrible. Standing was okay, really? But lying, and then in Östersund it was turning around, so lying was okay, but standing was horrible. So I don't know what it is exactly, why it's not working.
But it's working now.
Now it's working. Yeah, that's the most important. You're right.
Well, and that was what I was going to ask: is what changed? What did you do during the break between Anholt and the World Championships? Was there anything at all? Because it really seems like you got there and suddenly you were hitting everything.
I really focused on shooting. I did a lot of try shooting. I forced myself to shoot faster. That was also good in Nove Mesto, because my shooting time was a little bit faster than before. Because I'm a really perfectionist. So I always, I can't shoot when I don't see 100% black. And so I had to learn myself, okay, you have to shoot earlier, because if you wait too long in biathlon, it could be that the shot is getting outside, even though you were already inside the target. So it's a little bit, difficult to explain. But, and also what I did, because I was sick before the season, I missed a lot of hard trainings, which are really, really important for me. So I said myself, okay, in Oberdillach, we will catch up. It's always a little bit difficult, or not good to say catch up, because you don't really can catch up a training with you, what you missed. So, but I said, okay, I need it, because I feel in the races, the last loops are so hard. So I did hard trainings and concentration on the shooting, and it worked.
Yeah, so, I mean, we already covered the terrific shooting. If you look at your course time ranks, they were like, if you just look at Worlds, it was a huge jump better from the second trimester, but it was even better than what you had in the first trimester too. So it was like, it was definitely the best. You had the shooting 90%. You had 2 of your 3 fastest shooting times of the year. 4 of the 7 fastest of the year were all, last week. Everything sort of, really came together. I went back a little bit further too. If you look at your both prone and standing, they've both been slightly but definitively faster ever since the start of the second trimester. So I don't know if that's when you made a definite change to that mentality of shooting a little bit faster. But you can definitely, if you go look at the numbers, you get to the second trimester and you're a little bit faster, and then a little bit faster still once you got to World. So clearly it's coming together.
Yeah, that's right. And I also had to think about not really my coach, but Dominik Landerdinger. He was, before the World Champs, he was at our hotel, and then he said, don't do a final exam of the shooting. And I was always thinking about that. And I said, okay, Anna, you go there now. When you see black, you're shooting. And it was really working. So the mixed relay, it was really perfect. It was perfect shooting. And then I said, okay, you go on like that. It was only the mass start. I was really shooting slow again, because I didn't miss a shot in the prone position.
Sure. Yeah.
So I said myself, okay, I really want 100% now. So I don't care if I shoot slow, but I want 100%. But there was one mistake then. But anyways, it was. I can't say something.
So is that still a mental change that you're working on to not think that way, that if I shoot slower, I'll shoot better, that you build that confidence of, even when you're shooting fast, you'll get them anyway?
Yeah, there was so I think it's good to do both, because sometimes you have to shoot slow. So it's not when there's no wind and everything, then you're almost forced to shoot fast, because like Julia Simon or all the other girls, it's amazing how they are shooting, and sometimes they really lose almost a penalty loop in one shooting, or in 4 shootings. And it's also good to shoot slow, because when there's wind, you can't shoot really fast. Right. So then it's really important that you can do both. Right. And that's the truth. You need to find the balance between them.
Yeah.
So that was, you mentioned Julia Simon, and that was actually a question I had written down, was when you get to the range and you know how fast she shoots, how aware of her or some of the other fast shooters are you? Does it even cross your mind? Are you so focused on your targets, or is it are you just, you can hear her firing already and you're like, well, there she goes, another 18-second shoot?
Yeah, no, I heard it at the mass start. I was like, okay, she's gone now, so let her run. The medals are gone already, and now you come here and you focus on yourself. But it's not always that easy, but at Nove Mesto, I really managed to do it, to focus on myself. And I say to myself, okay, Anna, you do your thing now, what you practice in training. And if you manage to do that, then you have a clean shooting, and then you go on. So it's not always that easy. In Östersund, it was completely different. I was listening too much to the others, and I wasn't focused at me. And then, you are missing, that's for sure.
Yeah. You've mentioned the mass start a couple of times. Obviously, a tremendous race, and you finished in 7th. But I think you passed. Did you pass Thule? I mean, I think you guys were racing together right until the very end. So when did you know you were going to beat her?
Julia, I'm not sure. Did I have a?
Oh no, Thule Dominguez.
Dominguez. Yeah, Dominguez was. I saw. Well, I did know that she's a really fast skier.
Yeah.
So, but I said myself, I saw in front of me also Lisa Hauser. So I saw, okay, there, because my goal of the season was always to have a 6th place, to be at the flower ceremony. Mm-hmm. So I saw the 6th place and I told myself, okay, I will not give up yet because now it's the chance. So now I'm not far of it. So Dominguez, she was not really, so if I'm 7th or 8th, I just looked for the 6th place. It was the most important for me. So, and then I said myself, okay, as I saw that it's too far, I can't reach it anymore. I told myself, okay, now Dominguez, you can beat her because you're a really fast sprinter. And at the uphill, then I knew, okay, she has no chance. And I was really informed that day. It was amazing. I was going and I wasn't tired at all. And it was a really nice race. I said to my dad, if it's always like that would be so nice.
Yeah, if it's always that easy, why not?
Yeah.
So is that a goal of yours for the rest of the year, the flower ceremony?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was my goal since the beginning.
Okay.
So it's still my goal. Yeah. Didn't reach it yet, so.
Well, not yet, but it's going to happen, right?
I
what was
hope
it
so, yeah.
last year? Last year,
some chances.
Yeah, last year you cracked the top 10 in the very last opportunity, right?
That's right, yeah. And I was also very close to the 6th place, so yeah,
yes.
I hope one day.
So it's going to happen. Yep.
Is beating Lisa a target for you as well?
Yeah, this day I was also thinking a little bit that it's a strange situation because when it comes really to a sprint in the finish with Lisa, yeah, it's not the same like when there's a finish with Dominguez, for example, because we are in the same team. And I was thinking about, okay, if it really comes to a sprint now, how do you do?
Yeah.
But
you wouldn't let her go, though, right?
Yeah, I was not sure. I don't know. I don't think so. No, it's just the individual sport. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'm almost starting to think you held back a little bit on that last lap to not not get in that position.
No. But yeah, it's not a goal to beat her, but she's anyways a big idol, and she reached a lot of So she had a lot of success already, and it's a big goal to reach that too. And it's nice to see that I'm not far away from her, so that maybe we have the chance one day to do the same like she did.
Right. Is she a bit of the team captain, kind of, or is everybody just kind of?
She's the most experienced, so yeah, not really. So we have a really nice nice group with the girls. So you can't really say, okay, she's like the boss now. We are like all the same a little bit, you can say.
Well, I mean, not the boss, but just more, is everybody kind of looking up to her because she had those successes in the past and podiums?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. No, everybody is a big fan, and you also see when you are competing there how hard it is to reach that, but she reached already. So, no, she's a big idol for everyone, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So you have this time off now. So you took a couple days of rest. Did you and I apologize, you mentioned that Emilien was with you as well. Did you guys do anything specifically, non-biathlon fun, just you guys over the last couple of days?
Not really. We went out to eat in a restaurant. That was all. So that was the most exciting thing we did. And otherwise, we really enjoy to be at home and watching a film together. No stress. And,
what'd you watch?
What did we watch? How is it again? How is it called with Sam Smith and she was in Barbie. Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
There's a film where they're stealing the stealing
with
money
it's Focus.
It's Focus,
yeah,
I think. Yeah,
Focus.
It's Focus.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we just watched that like 2 weeks ago.
Ah, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's always so hard to find a film. We're always not fighting, but it's always a discussion because he always wants to watch this, and we have a completely different opinion with films. I don't know. I'm a complete different direction of films, and he too. So it's always hard to find a middle.
So if you get to choose, what do you choose?
I'm not sure. I'm more like these romantic films, you know.
Sure.
And
I thought you'd say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No,
that's his way. It's
that's
like
him?
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Hangover and the other stuff.
Focus is a really good compromise.
Yeah, it was a good idea. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good one. Excellent.
I'm very jealous because I usually have to. I can only pick from movies that are below the 14-year-old rating.
Oh, because the kids.
So.
Yeah.
But it's nice too. Like Disney
Oh, absolutely.
film. I love it.
There's
Disney. It's the best.
there's lots of options there.
Yeah.
So, okay, and then you mentioned you're getting back into training. So when do you travel up to Oslo?
We are going on Tuesday to Oslo.
Okay.
And until there we'll stay at home.
Okay.
And train in Seefeld.
Next Tuesday. So like a week.
Like in a week, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a few more days of home cooked meals. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you usually stay in a hotel with the team, or do you guys rent like a house that everybody stays in, or?
No, we're always in a hotel. So I think, last year in the EBU Cup, we have been in this little hut in Scandinavia, but normally we're always in hotels. Yeah.
And then does the team still bring its own cook and staff and stuff? Or
we had in Oberhof, we had a cook with us, and now in Nove Mesto too. So always in the countries where we think it will be difficult with the food. Because Germany, it's known for a lot of fat food, you know.
Right,
and Nove Mesto, when there's a World Championships, then it has to be like really professional, and there was a cook, and it was really nice. So he was there, he was cooking for us all the day. He didn't leave the kitchen one day. I think it was incredible. Wow. It was really nice.
Well, you need your Kaisersman meat compote every day, right?
Yeah.
Do you still eat that sometimes?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, I miss that. I really miss that.
For the uninitiated, what is this?
Are you going to Canada? Then I bring you some Kaiserschmarrn.
Oh, please do. Please do.
I would love to try it.
Yeah, it's. How would you say it's kind of a mixture of like a pancake and more eggs?
Yeah, my boyfriend always said it's like a crepe, but you destroy.
Right.
Oh. So it's a destroyed crepe.
And then you usually put some, I think, red berry, like a jam almost on it.
Yeah, you know it's I don't know if you have it too. This marmalade or these berries. Yeah, the red ones.
Yeah,
that sounds delicious.
Eat this one or the apple mousse. Yeah.
See, it reminds me of when I was a kid and we used to ski in Austria, and then especially when I was younger, all you could get was Brot mit Würstel.
Yeah.
So bread and like a hot dog basically, but then on a slice of bread. But is it Bauernschnitt, the dark Schnitzel? Bread?
Bauernbrot, we say, yeah. So it's
it's a very. I didn't like it. Let's put it that way. So we always were allowed to eat Kaiserschmarrn when we were skiing. So every time I see it somewhere, it makes me think of that.
Yeah, no, it's really
good. And the other one was is it Germknödel?
Germknödel, yeah. Yeah, it's nice too.
Yeah,
it's really good. Mm-hmm.
Although I have no idea how to. It's almost like imagine a dumpling. But then, I don't know, 4 times bigger. But then it has kind of a paste in it.
Yeah, there's normally apricot in there, apricot.
Apricot, yeah.
Normally you put apricot jam in there. And I think you don't have it. It's called Germknödel, so there's germ in there. I'm not sure if you have it in America. It's like a sort of, it's hard to explain. I tried to explain the Canadian the last time because we had it in Oberdillach and they were also in our hotel. And they don't have
and
it, I
put
think.
Some butter on, right?
Yeah, butter too. I'm not sure what is in there. I've never done it by myself.
For the longest time, so they put some, it must be just like some black sugar or whatever on top. But for the longest time, everybody always told me that was ashes. From the, like, I don't know, there was kind of a joke in the restaurant where we used to go. Oh, no, that's just ashes from the fire from last night.
Okay,
and of course, as a 6 or 8 year old, you're like, oh, that's weird, but it tastes good.
So, RJ, we are going to be inundated with food in Canmore because Nicholas is bringing gummy bears and Johanna is going to be bringing honey power. So we're going to need to bring bags to take all the treats home with us.
Yeah. Are you going to Canada?
Sorry,
was that?
I live in Canmore. I live in Calgary, but I will be in Canmore.
Okay, nice. And you too, Jordan? Or
yes, yep, that's the plan. I'm in Florida, but we'll be up there.
Cool. So we will see each other there.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Okay, finally meet you in person. I was going to say put a face to the voice, but you can obviously see us. So, when you come across, are you going to bring? Is it like the whole crew? So, chef and all of the support staff, or is it going to be sort of a slimmed down group?
No, we don't have a lot of money anymore, I think. So, no, there's no chef. So we only take the coaches and the service team with us, only the people we really need for 100%. And we are anyways 5 athletes, so 5 girls, 5 boys, plus coaches. Yeah, that will be all in the service team. Yeah.
What do you know about the Canmore? Have you raced in North America, in Canmore specifically?
No, I've never been in America. Never been in Canada.
Okay.
It's the first time for me. I had already 2 opportunities to go there. The first time it was at the Junior World Championships, and then I got sick. And last year I thought, okay, now I will go there. I have to go there for the EVU Cup. But finally I qualified for World Cup. So all the good things are free, we say, in Austria. So maybe this year
Emilien was a little disappointed. I remember that.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And this year is disappointed again. Don't go there. You can't go there again because he's now in EVU Cup. But
sorry, Jordan. I'm just curious. So when you're on you're going to a place where you don't know the track and the range, and do you then mostly rely on some of your teammates that have been there, or do you have connections with, I know, for example, Matthias Arends. I don't know if you know him, but he has German roots. I mean, he's been in Canada. He's been Canada's coach. Are there connections in Europe of people that have been in Canmore a lot, for example, that you ask for tips or?
Not really. Sometimes I really like when I don't know the track, because then I don't think too much before the race already.
Right.
So I'm just going there, and I know already that it will be hard because it's an altitude. That's what I'm the most scared of. But I think it's good that I don't know the track now there, because then I'm in altitude and it's a hard track. It's going to be awful anyway, So yeah, I think you go there. We have still some days to discover the track and everything, so I don't think it will be a big problem. And so then I can make my own opinion too. So because when now somebody's saying here, it's a hard track and there's a long uphill and you have to take care of it. So I like more to make your own picture of the tracks,
Yeah, I was going to say I can ski ski for you and track it on GPS, but it will probably look like slow motion to you. So I don't know if that would add a lot of value.
But it would be a good idea.
And then for waxing, I'm guessing that the team learned a lot of things at the IBU Cup last year, and that's being used again for.
Right, but I heard before that Canada is always a big surprise. It can have minus 40 degrees and the next day 10 degrees. Yeah. So it will be always a little challenge.
Yeah, it will definitely be
for
interesting.
us, it's also not so easy because normally we have our wax track with us. So it's not here too. So we have to really look which skis we are taking with us.
Yeah,
right.
And it's always a challenge to go there and bring everything with us at the same time in the airplane. But it will be nice anyway. So I'm really looking forward to meet America and Canada the first time.
Well, and I'm guessing for most athletes, they will have no experience or very limited experience other than the Canadians and I'm guessing Americans. But
what did you say again? Sorry.
Oh, that most athletes, not just Austrian athletes, but from a lot of other nations, it will be their first time in Canada or maybe the second time, but.
Yeah, you don't have the opportunity a lot of times to go there, yeah? So it will be for a lot of athletes a new place, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But Lisa, I think Lisa said she has been there, I think, 7 times already, so...
Yeah, well, she's been around for a while, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure Simonator has been a couple times.
That's right.
Yeah, he'll tell you stories about the 2002 Olympics, but yeah.
I was thinking of the 88 Olympics.
Oh, the 88 Olympics.
The most scared I am of the flight to go there because it's so long and I have a little bit problems with long flights. So
it'll be not a problem at all. You'll just pass right out. You'll sleep. It'll be great.
I hope
so.
Or
load up all your movies. All the movies that you can never watch with Emilien. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you were saying you have never been over here. After the racing ends, do you have to immediately go back to Austria for national championships, or do you get to spend some time traveling around and seeing new stuff?
No, it's the first time that we have nothing after the season. I'm not sure if it's due to the snow conditions at the moment, but we don't have any nationals, so nothing. So Emilien and I, we decided to go to Livigno to train some days there because there we have, I hope, for 100% snow. So we go there, I think, 9 days.
Okay.
And then we planned our holidays. So then we go, to a warmer place.
Where are you going, if you don't mind me asking? I think last year it was Thailand.
Yeah, last year we have been in Thailand, and this year we are going to Dubai for 3 days, and then to the Seychelles.
Wow!
Oh, wow!
That's amazing.
Yeah, we are really looking forward to that. Yeah,
because I think I saw pictures last year. I think of an elephant and snakes and all sorts of crazy things. So you guys clearly were having a blast.
Thailand was already really nice. We did some insel hopping, so we didn't just stay at one place. So we saw really a lot of stuff, and it was a nice holiday, but really, really hot. So that was the most awful thing, that it was so hot. Because before we have been in Oslo to train a little bit, so like -10, and 2 weeks after we had like 40 degrees. It was a complete change for the body. It was horrible.
That's wild. Do you get any other holidays during the break? Like, do you get to go away for any time, or is it just like a training regimen for the next several months?
Yeah, it's the only time where we go on holiday. So there is April is, we always say it's a little bit the party time where you can join live and everything. And so to take 2 weeks off, it's the longest time where we have, which we can take off, so where we really do nothing in this time. And we have some holidays again in September, but I'm more the type of athlete who is training all the time, so I don't really like to do a week again where I go to the sea, or I don't know, because I really don't like to change a lot from hot to cold all the time. So I relax, and I prefer the 2 weeks now and then train again.
Yeah, absolutely. One, and with vacations like that, my goodness, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it will be really nice.
And so you still go for runs on your trip then, or do you do absolutely nothing?
No, really nothing. No. I remember last year in Thailand, I brought my shoes with me, my running shoes. And I was like, okay, maybe I will go for a run on the beach. But no, I was not motivated one time to go out there in the sun.
Good.
And I was doing nothing.
Yeah. My coach,
to me, that seems normal. And I think instantly of Baiba, who's just a little bit crazy. I think Baiba Bendika. Because she goes to the most gorgeous places in the world, and she's either biking or running or...
No, that would be nothing for me. Sometimes you have to relax.
Yeah.
Speaking of Baiba, this is just something I've been thinking about all year long, is like watching her and Justine Breza-Boucher competing as moms. And I want to be really careful how I phrase this, because this is not me saying that like all women have to be moms, but does it change the way you think about the future of your career and like how your life would, play out? Or, I'm just curious how, what it's been like having them racing as moms.
I can't imagine to be a mom and racing at the same time, because I think it's a really special time which you don't have a lot. And you have to join it a little bit, and when you're on races, I talked also to Justine, and she says, she's at home at the moment. She stays with her grandma or with her dad, and but we will see each other in Antalya again. So it's like really a long time. And in this time, I think the baby is like getting bigger, and there are so much changes. So I really want to discover all of these moments. So it would be nothing for me, but I can understand also like Justine or Baiba, which are doing it like that, because they're still really in form and in shape. And they had some life goals maybe they didn't reach yet. So they did it like that. And maybe there are also some opportunities that they can see their kids more often. But for me personally, I would stop it then. So I will really say, okay, now time for family, and sport is over now.
It's as a guy, like, it's just not something that really, because your body is not so much different, right? Obviously you're more tired and you're dedicating more time to your kids as a dad, but as a mom, like, it just is it totally changes your body and your life. So
that's right.
Yeah, I've said many times how incredible I think it is that they're able to do it. But I also had a friend of mine who was writing, how do you say it? We have like these final exams, and then you have to write some studies about a topic. And she was writing about the pregnancy in sport. And if you have the baby, then afterwards you have 20%. You're 20% more in shape, so you have the increase of your shape. And I think a lot of women use it too, to be even more in shape than before, maybe. So that's the reason why maybe some of the women still try to push a little bit, because they use it.
It's almost doping.
It's a training plan,
but it's natural,
Yes.
I know.
Oh man.
It is good though that like clearly there's examples of people that want to have a family but also still race, that there's people doing that very successfully, right? Because there was always a bit of the general mindset for female athletes that once you have a baby, you're kind of done as an athlete. And I think, we've got a bunch of really good examples now recently, but also I think Magdalena Forsberg also came back. I'm not sure if it was her, but so I always think that's really good to see for those who want to, that's definitely an option. And
that's right.
It doesn't have to be career ending.
Yeah, that's right.
So I was going to say, you have a very strong social media game, and are you 100% in charge of that? Because I am very much impressed by the creativity, as well as like the balance between like your creativity and the fact that you're able to, you know, be so good at your sport. Partially, it's just that is an area of my brain that just doesn't work. So is that like all you when you're in charge of running all that?
Yeah, thank you that you like it. It's completely me who is doing it. So I sometimes have a little bit of help from my mom. Sometimes she's sending me some reels and she said, oh, that would be nice if you can do that too. And then we change it a little bit. So it has to do with something with sport. And it's like a little hobby for me. Beside the sport, I really like to cut videos and, being a little bit creative. And it's good that finally the people like it too. And it makes a lot of fun at the same time. Yeah.
So speaking of the reels, right? So one of them I ran across was you were making a joke about doing your taxes. And so my question was, did you ever get your taxes figured out?
No, it's completely something this is something I can't do by myself. My mom, she's a book holder, so that's already good. So she's doing all that stuff for me. I'm doing the Instagram stuff and she's doing the paper stuff. No, this is something I was like sitting in there and they were explaining something and I was like, please do it yourself. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's horrible.
It's hard. I just, it is especially when your field is somewhere like totally different and you're just like, I have no idea. I understand the words. I don't understand what they mean. Yeah, it was really horrible. Yeah. But, I don't know. I think it's good that they're doing it and they're good in it. And and my mom is doing the rest. So, that's good.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank goodness. And then connected, the Austrian women, you guys always announce your relay team on social media in a very creative way. And so is that you also, or is that somebody from the social media group, or is that you as a group who decides this? I asked you about this last time and you guys have only gotten more creative since then. So I had to ask again.
Last year it was the idea from Dunja. And this year the girls were sitting together and we said, we have to do a video again. And our physio, she showed us a video where she showed us a dance. It was so hard, and I said, hey, we can't do that in 1 week. We have to also do races, so it's impossible. And then I remember I saw a video and I showed them and I said, okay, it's like really easy. Nobody gets hurt. We should do that. And everybody was, it's a good idea. Let's do it. And it was really fun to do. And there also was a big success, the video.
It was really well done.
You don't want to have did not start on the results on list because
did not start Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I've got one more relatively serious question, and then I've got some silly stuff written down. So RJ, I don't know if you have more serious questions that you want to get into.
No, nothing in particular. Seriously.
Actually, I lied. I've got two more. How did the Red Bull relationship come about? Because that's pretty prestigious, right?
Yeah, it was a big honor for me to be in the Red Bull team. I was already in the how do you say, junior Red Bull team. So
sure.
for the young athletes, I've already been in this team before, and it was Dominik Landerdinger who was the coach in there, and we had some trainings camp together and everything. And last year they said, okay, Anna, we are really impressed what you did the last year in the World Cup. We really want to do an individual sponsoring with you. Are you in the team? And I was like, yeah, for sure. It was a big dream always, being a Red Bull athlete. You see Dorothea Viera is in it. I don't know, from the ski alpine, the most famous ski alpine.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of athletes in there, which, Lindsey Vonn, for example.
Yes.
And I was like, whoa, it's a really big honor to be in there too. And I said immediately yes, for sure. Yeah.
And it's an Austrian company, right?
It's an Austrian company, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's in Salzburg, the company.
Right.
In Fuschel. And so it's really nice to have an Austrian company on the head, which is like famous in all over the world.
Oh, yeah, huge.
So are you...
that's as big as it gets.
So when you're in Dubai, is that when the Formula One is also there by any chance, or?
I'm not sure. We will be there the 10th to the 14th of April, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if it's there already.
Would be fun to get some backside VIP
you're
passes
right. I have to
through Red Bull.
I have
that'd be pretty nuts. And then I know that you race on, at least I think, now my memory is failing me. You race on Fischer skis, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
So we've talked about like the Madschuss, the skis with the new binding technology, and I don't know if you got a chance to see those at all, but do you have any initial thoughts on any improvements that they might lead to performance, or I just don't know how much you've actually been able to see them.
I saw a video about it, and I talked also with my dad about it because he was in cross country before too. He was an athlete too, a really successful athlete. So he said to me that it was already in a year before. I'm not sure of which kind of company, maybe Fischer, but they said no, it's not good, and now it's coming again. And,
interesting.
It would be interesting to test it. I have no idea if it's working, but if you think about it, it's logical that it's going to be faster if you have more punch, in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? I really would like to try it once.
Right. Yeah, and because we talked about it in particular about Sturla and his sprint win over J2Bo, and in particular how over the last kilometer or so, like that's where he really he pulled it out at the end. And do you think
did he run already with one of it? I didn't know that.
I think RJ, correct?
With light grade, I'm 99% certain that he was running the new boots and binding.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know.
The other Madschuss skiers, I'm not 100% sure, but and from what I've read and heard about it so far, which is not a lot, but it seems like it's not even maybe the speed, but it's more efficiency, which made me think maybe that's why Sturla had just a little bit of energy left, maybe to beat him by three and a half seconds.
Yeah, it was real close.
Yeah.
I really hope that it's not going to be back to the old binding wars, because was it about 10 years ago where you had like the Salem SNS pilot or whatever, and then Fischer had its own bindings, and you had the triple N, and if you had boots but you needed new skis, it didn't fit. And
yeah, that's right.
So hopefully, if everybody finds that they work, they can just make it the new standard. But I think the boots here in Canada are going for $1,200 Canadian. Okay. One pair of boots. So maybe you with sponsoring, that might not be as big of a deal, but I don't think I'll be skiing those anytime soon.
Last couple things, we'll let you get out of here. Yeah. Are you going to watch the Junior Worlds at all this weekend and into next week?
Yeah, for sure. We have big chances. We have some really good Austrian girls, also a boy at the moment. So I hope that they will bring home some medals. But I'm almost sure that that
do you know the fellow? Your fellow Anna, right?
Yeah, Anna Andexer, for example, she was really good. She's really impressing what she did the last weeks, also in EBU Cup already, and she's our big hope in the Austrian Federation. That she will come
all
to
three
the
Annas.
World Cup soon. Yeah, then we have 3 Annas, and with our physio, she's called also Anna, so we have 4 Annas.
Oh my gosh.
in the team.
Too many Annas.
Do you know the athletes quite well on the junior team, or is that just a little sort of too far away?
No, I was with them in the trainings group last year. Also, Anna, she was in this Red Bull team before. So we know each other, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been noticing her all season, and so I big fan. So hopefully, good things for her and the whole team this coming week. Last questions. Yeah. These are just totally silly ones. Noticed from your Instagram that I didn't realize this before, but you're kind of secretly jacked. Like you have awesome arms. So who are the most jacked athletes on the World Cup?
What does it mean, jacked? Like when you
huge muscles, big muscles,
huge
arm
muscles. Okay. In the World Cup, I think it's Julia Simon. She is. It's incredible. Her arms.
Is that why she goes with short sleeves all the time? Is she just trying to intimidate everybody with her bulging muscles?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he's.
When she's shooting, she pumps her biceps extra.
She wants to make the men jealous, I think.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's why the men never race in short sleeves.
That's right. They're too scared of Julia.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. But I also saw a photo of Lisa Vitozzi in I think it was Wiesbaden, and she's really thin, but also the muscles, it's incredible, like really defined, with a definition. Yeah.
Wow.
She's crazy.
That's not somebody I would have thought of when you asked that question.
No.
But Julia, it's she's crazy. Yeah. I don't know what she's doing. Push up every day or.
Incredible. Yeah. It's all the. Have you ever seen her Instagram? It's all the woodworking she's done.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's that.
Yeah. And last thing, do you have a set roommate on the World Cup?
Like a roommate which I'm always with.
Yes.
All the time. Yeah. I'm always with Tamara Steiner.
Okay. How did you pick her, and what is the most embarrassing thing that you're allowed to share about her?
I picked her because she's like a really nice girl, so you could never fight with her about something, and she's always she says yes to everything, So I don't know, should we open the window? Yeah, for sure. Like do it. Or, she's never saying no, don't open the window now. It's too cold outside,
Yeah.
And is there a story I can tell? Yeah, maybe it's really funny. We always laugh about it. She hasn't a time feeling. So when we say, okay, tomorrow we are going at 9 to the training, then in her head, she's saying, okay, I have to prepare myself at 8:30 already. And sometimes she's already ready on 8:30. And I say to Tamara, okay, Tamara, we leave at 9, not at 8:30. Oh no, I completely changed. I don't know. She's always, it's a mix of time in her head. I don't know. It's really funny.
Yeah, she just gets it all jumbled. Wow.
So I never ask her when we are leaving, because I'm 100% sure that she has no idea when we are leaving. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, you keep her on schedule then.
Yeah.
And that's why she chose you.
Yeah, maybe.
Anna, thank you so much. We really appreciate this. We had a great time last year. We had a great time this year. We're gonna keep bothering you until you finally say no to us. So
no, that will never happen.
I'm really looking forward to meet in person.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it will be nice.
Me as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
looking
definitely
forward to that too.
I don't know the names of the snacks that RJ wanted, but make sure you bring them because we need them, happy in.
Yeah, I will have to do it like fresh there when we have a kitchen.
Please.
Right? I hope I don't promise too much now, but I have to have a kitchen.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Then I'll give you a ride like I did with Emilien from the biathlon stadium to the hotel.
He's staying right next to me, Emilien.
Oh.
Yeah.
Want to say hello?
So yeah, it's your personal chauffeur.
Yeah.
I can hear you, but hello.
I can't hear you.
How are you doing? Oh yeah, you can hear me. Okay.
Have good times in America and show Anna how good Canmore is.
Absolutely.
You got it. You got it.
Oh.
Yeah, they will do it.
Okay.
Actually, so before you go, I gotta ask you. Behind you, is that like is that a fake wall?
No, it's a how do you call it again?
Is it
where you put things in there? It's horrible. My English. I have to
a closet.
Sorry. A closet. Thank you. A closet.
Yeah.
I always have the French words in my head. It's horrible. My English.
The way that the doors lined up, it looked like something you had just put up there because you were trying to block what was behind us. It's just the way it looks on the screen.
There's a mess in there, so that's why I
good.
close it. Better when it's closed.
Well, it's a good thing you can't see my room because there's a mess behind me too. All right, get out of here. You guys go have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Great to see you. Okay. Bye.
See you the next time.